The US dollar continues to gain ground. Among the European currencies, the pound is struggling but still losing ground. For more details, see our next release on InstaForex TV. Despite concerns, preliminary data on inflation in the euro area turned out to be in line with the projections. However, this is not enough for the common European currency to gain ground, since the inflation rate is still slowing down. The only positive aspect is that the actual figure has beaten expectations of a much weaker growth. Nevertheless, such a rather rapid decline in consumer price inflation indicates that the ECB has every reason to cut its interest rate. For now, this is the main factor that can make the US dollar stronger. The euro-dollar pair succeeded to break through the borders of 110.50 as expected. As a result, the price went down to its psychological level of 1.10, then it passed through the level of 1.0950, which indicates a possible change in interest. The pair is likely to continue to move in a downward trend. A pivot point can be found in the area of 1.0850. As for the pound sterling, the situation is similar in many ways. The final UK GDP data turned out to be worse than forecast and exerted downward pressure on the pound. As expected, the economy eased to 1.1% from a revised 1.3% in the third quarter. This means that the current slowdown in economic growth turned out to be more persistent than originally anticipated. Moreover, amid the coronavirus epidemic, many economists are expecting a much deeper and long-lasting decline in GDP in the first quarter of this year. The pound-dollar pair has been moving in a sideways trend along the level of 1.2350 level, passing by about 80 pips. The pair is expected to move in the range of 1.2280, 1.2370, trying to break through the established borders. Open buy deals if the price consolidates above 1.2375 with a view to move towards the levels of 1.2435. Open sell deals if the price consolidates below 1.2280 with a view to move towards the levels of 1.2240, 1.2200. The US dollar is likely to continue to trade in an upward trend until the end of the trading day. Much depends on the S&P home price index, which is expected to accelerate. In other words, macroeconomic statistics from Europe have showed quite disappointing results, while the situation in the United States is slightly different, so the greenback has every chance to gain ground further. That's all for now. We keep monitoring the financial market situation. Subscribe to our channel and keep abreast of the latest events. See you soon.